All right, I think I'll give a more in-depth explanation for this one. Some things going on. If I look at the original, do you see that right here, this gives me, it tells me that it's going to flip over the x-axis. Then I see that I'm going to go left one, and then I see that I'm going to go up one. So if that's the case, there are a couple ways that I can do that. I can just take the points and then do what it says. And I can also go through it and do it piece by piece. So this time I'm just going to take some key points and do what it says. So this one says, I'm going to take and I'm going to flip over the y-axis, or sorry, the x-axis. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to go there. It's going to start here, but then it's going to shift left one and then up one. So my point actually ends up where that green dot is. Then I can go through this next point. I'm going to flip it over the x-axis, which doesn't do anything. Then I'm going to go left one, and then I'm going to go up one. So my point ends up being right about there. Okay, now let's grab that next point. Here it is. It says flip over the x-axis, so it's 4 above right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to go down below 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But then it says I have to go left one and then up one, so the point actually ends up right there. And then I'm going to take this last one. So it tells me the first thing I do is flip it over. Oh, that doesn't really move it. Then I go left one, and then I go up one. So now I'm going to connect these points. I'm just going to do it by grabbing, ooh, look at this. I've got a green line from there to there, from there to there, and then from there to there. So it flipped, and then it shifted, which, yeah, that makes sense. So everything flipped over, shifted one to the left and one up. That might be easier for you than going through and doing the points. So let's try another one. Oh, this one says that my x's, oh gosh, I've got to shift. But here's what I know. If that's actually not a shift, is it a stretch? Is it a shrink? That's going this way or this way. So let's see, what's it going to do? Here's what I know. I know that when it's on the horizontal like this, it's supposed to look like this. So if that's times 2, I actually know that it's f of 1/2, or of x over 1/2. So that means all of my x's don't necessarily live in Texas. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to take 1/2 of the x. But then is anything happening on my y value? No. Okay. So this one, it's just going to come in and become skinnier, but my y values aren't going to change. So what's half of -3? Well, my new one's at -3/2, but still at -4. So -3/2 is right about here. 0, 0. Oh, that doesn't change at all. This one, ugh. Well, it's at 1, so now it's at 1/2. So sometimes these turn out ugly. And then, okay, so this one was still 0, 0. This one became 1/2, 4. And this one, what's half of the 6? 3, 0. So I'm really just taking all of my x values, cutting them in half, and then I'm going to draw a nice little line up. So it took everything and just squashed it in. Right, let's try one more. So this one, what's happening? I don't have any reflections. That's nice. My y is going to get twice as tall. So let's see, what did I start with first? So everything's gonna be twice as tall. And then I'm going to go right 1, and then I'm gonna go up 2. All right, so let's start with this point. I get twice, so I double it. So twice as tall, or I guess this isn't necessarily twice as tall. It's just 2 times the -3. So 2 times -3 is -6. But then I have to shift right 1, and then I go up 2. So that's where that new point is. All right, the next one, 0, 0. So I double that, but that doesn't really make any difference. Then I go right 1, and then I go up 2. So that's my new point. All right, this one, C. I double the height, so it's at 4, so 8. And then I go right 1, and then I go up 2. So there's my new point. And then this last one, 0, 0, I double that, but that doesn't really make a difference. Right 1, and then up 2. All right, so I'm going to grab my green arrows again. I start right here and go to there, and then I go up, and then I go over. So everything like doubled, it either doubled down, doubled up, and then I did some shifting after that. So here's my new one. If I were to have gone in and done that just with my numbers, because that might be helpful. If it's not, just turn this off right now. What's really happening is it says x minus 1, which means my x is shifting 1 to the right. And then for my y, I take 2 times the y, and I add 2. Okay. So this is going to go to -2, 1, 2, and 7. Is that what happened? -2, 1, 2, and 7. Yes. Okay. And then my y's, 2 times -4 is -8, plus 2, -6. -6. Did I do that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Did I go up too much on that? Okay, so let's check on that one. How about this one? 0 up 2, yep. This one, 4 times 2 is 8, plus 2 is 10. Yep, I got that. Okay, this one, 0 plus 2, 2 is right. Okay, so right here, something went wrong originally. Oh, I see it. Do you see where I made the mistake? I didn't actually go down far enough. Should have been down That was down